Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun to send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. If Bitcoin dipped, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. At Vacation Genie, we believe digital currencies are meant to do more than just sit in your wallet. They're meant to take you places. We want to help you step into the future of cryptocurrency spending, as travel is one of the top categories for spending your crypto. It provides you with the best ROI, lasting memories. Make sure to check out Vacation Genie today. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Tuesday. If y'all are having a taco, let me know. But today we are having bagels on the podcast because Black Hat told me to this morning. I was like, you know what? Now he's making me crave it. Now I'm craving it. And we got it. So let's get after it, guys. At first, I did not know if my poor little transition was working. I was like, oh, buttons glitch. But we have a lot going on today, guys. We have a ton of news, actually. We got news from Bhutan. We got WizEurX Exchange, a bunch of banks, Citibank news, Society Generale's also something we have to look at. What else? We also have Binance airdropping a lot of BNB, some other news regarding Ethereum treasury companies. Also, our spotlight today is Elon Musk now again endorsing Bitcoin. What did he say about it? What is going on? Plus our coins to watch. And if you're ready for this, that's the news, the education, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share this out with friends so people know what's going on here. We do, in fact, have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal of 23,500. Well, you know what? Screw that. Sorry. Oh, that's not a nice phrase. Let's shoot for 23,600 subscribers. It's 11 away. Hopefully we can get there. But I think that will be awesome. Hello, Magic Sun. Nice to see ya. Welcome, everybody. Guys, I don't have glasses on today. My eye isn't like insanely swollen, so this is like all good news today, guys. All good news. I'm so happy. Woohoo! All right. Friends and family, I want to say good morning to you as you say good morning to me, and check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show, including Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off, and then head over to Vacation Genie and book your cruise with crypto. Let's not waste time, friends and family. Let's do this thing. All right. How am I doing? Zen says, I am doing absolutely darn splendid. How are you? Zan, hello. Mike Volmer's here. Jesse, Silver Days. Kai, good morning. We got Mama Shadow, backups. I think I said, oh wait, there's Silver back in Silver Days. I was like, I just said Silver, but there's 2 Silvers here. Hello. Jesse, Aquarian, Doge Bowl. Nice to see you. Bit for fun. Who else? Joe Harvey, good morning. Yukio is on X. We got John Legend, Cliff, good morning. KM4592, loves it. We love whatever you're loving. John White, nice to see you. We got Brian Rudo, Elric, Mike Mazzone is on X as well with Pauline. And there was someone else on X. There was something else. Lane, hello Lane, I see you now. We got Ian F, good morning. We got Kieran, nice to see you. Kieran made it. Hello Kieran, I invited him this morning. Dave P, good morning. Tube and Jar, nice to see you. Smokey Dan, him and Backup had their first AI music collaboration in the Discord. Vivi, good morning. Clicks, good morning. Verhoofty Floof is here. Nice to see you. Peace is also on X. We have course, Gio saying good morning to himself because all he cares about is himself. He doesn't care about me. He's not here for me. He doesn't care about me. Dustin, good morning. Carl, good morning. Bagel and coffee. Yes, we do have coffee. I'll bring the coffee on in a little bit. Sean is in the chat. In honor of Sean, we take sips of water. And we're also going to turn on the fan. I swear, I feel like I go on the show and I'm all like hot and flustered. Boston, good morning, nice to see ya. White Blue Eye, hello. Puddles, good morning. All right, friends and family, we are... can't with Jesse's comment, I can't. Is it called coffee or coffee? You know, it's really funny, Ian, now that you say it. Ian is great, we love Ian. So a friend of mine, she always texts me every morning. We send voice memos to each other, and she goes, good morning, time for bagels and coffee. I crack up every time because she says it qua, like C-W-A, but it's really qua. It's coffee. Like with New York accents, it's always the or, like bought, coffee, walk-in, whatever example there is out there. But it's C-A-W is what I would think it is. And even if you look at our emoji fanfare, if you're a member, you get cool emojis, including the coffee emoji, C-A-W-F-E-E, all right? And also, thank you to Alexandra G, my G, for the most splendid super chat I've ever seen in my life. It's like it's holding in a little trophy, and I feel so accomplished now that she sent that to me. So thank you, my lovely G. Shout out to coffee. Coffee. All right, Steve, are we ready to get after it? Yes, we are, because we got a market recap here. Yesterday, we saw the rebound. Today, we're seeing another pullback, or maybe kind of neutral. I feel like we're evening out over here. MYX is up 16%. SNX seems to be down 14% as it states here, but it looks like it is our biggest loser today. We do have Bitcoin. Oh boy. I think this wick from the other day when we went back to 107, 106 is going to come back. Ideally, you don't want that. We want to stay at 109. But this 200-day SMA, I kept saying it, y'all. I think we could test this 200-day SMA. And if we do, that is extremely bullish. It's been a long time. The last time we were in a battle with the 200-day SMA was pretty much February to what was this, April? This is the best time ever because it gives you time to accumulate, especially if we reject the 200-day SMA. That's a big buying opportunity. And so what I'm getting at right here is that we are due for a test. It's like been a very long time. It's been what? February? Is it like 8 months? Like, come on, guys. Let's keep calm. Let's huddle on. Let's get zesty with it. Now, we are looking at the bearish level of the 200-day SMA at 107.1. I ideally want to go to 106. Even better than that is 101. That is what I want for our bearish levels to watch. Now, if we do a huge rejection of the 200-day SMA, like, oh my gosh, everyone and their mother's worried about Michael Saylor getting liquidated. I think his liquidation point. Not his liquidation point. His average purchase price, I think, is $74K per coin. And so I would like to see us even pull back to $91K. That is the best case scenario ever, is pulling back to 91K. Liquidate everyone and their mother, wipe everyone out. Everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, we're never going to see green again. The end of the year is going to be horrible. Santa's not giving us any new highs for Christmas. And that's when Bitcoin's going to flip. So I would root for a dramatic pullback, reject the 200-day SMA, send everything to oversold, clean everyone out, let everyone know that if you're playing with leverage, you might get your butt wiped, and then move on. And then obviously we'll look at the other end of the spectrum, which is the bullish scenario, which is holding support above 111, 112 and shooting for 117.5. 117.5 is the most critical level probably on this chart besides the 200-day SMA at this point. Over here, we are knowing that we're at $111,134 right now. We are down 3.5%. The money flow is reflecting all of that, even though it looks like we might start to curve upward towards that zero line. That is an ideal case scenario. Momentum is down, VWAP is down, and probably Geo's height is also down today. He's probably at 4'9". We're also looking at the RSI that is bearish right now. And honestly, I say send it to oversold. Don't play around. Don't find out. Just hodl, DCA, and move on. But I definitely want to see that go down to oversold. And people could say I'm bearish right now. I'm the biggest perma bull there is, but I think you have to be realistic in the fact that number can't always go up. You need to pull back. And I think this pullback that we already had is pretty amazing. Even the fact that we're holding above 109, like that is a banger of a level to hold. So hopefully we don't touch the 200-day SMA, but if we do, I think that'll be really good for us. Just cover more ground, create nice support, and move back on up. Right, Josh? Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Appreciate you. He sent me a go popular. He thinks I'm a popular kid. That's so nice. Appreciate it. I'm a bearable bull. No, I'm just realistic. I'm just realistic. That's it. Hit the wipeout button for Randy. Oh, we're not going to hold 109. Gio, what's your realistic expectation right now? Don't be a fool with it, but just like be realistic. Like, what's your expectation here? Do you think we're going to go below this 200-day SMA? Are we going to go below 107K soon? One or yes emoji, two or no emoji. Do you think we're going to reject this 200-day SMA? I would really like to know. We have a lot of TA folk in the chat. A lot of TA folk. We're going to get into our breaking news headlines, but also I'm going to start it off with a trader that actually made money doing what Gio does, ironically, which is shorting the market, although he's short, but we're not going to get into that. Breaking news headlines start now. There's a trader that made $192 million because he shorted the market. A trader who pocketed $192 million shorting Bitcoin ahead of last week's crypto wipeout reloaded with a large bearish position as the markets attempt to recover from the tariff shock. Now, there was a wallet identified on Hyperliquid opening a $163 million short position on Bitcoin late Sunday, and the position is 10x leverage, already $3.5 million in profit in Asian hours, afternoon hours, with a liquidation level of 125.5, and the same trader first drew attention on Friday when they opened a massive short roughly 30 minutes before Donny T's announcement, and that move erased over $19 billion in the market. Now, was this a little slightly shady? Was this slightly shady that they knew what was going on here? 30 minutes and they made a huge move. I don't know. A lot of people do speculate it's Lil Bear and Trump. I'm gonna throw up my hands and say I don't know who that was. But we all got thoughts that it could be someone closely associated with the administration, and if they're doing that, that's kind of not chill. Yeah. Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate it. Ian says my professional TA says we hold. A year from now, no one will talk about the 4-year cycle. You know, that's the thing. I don't think it ever existed, and it's a coping mechanism. Like, it's just pure cope. But you know what? Who's not coping right now? Bhutan. They're migrating their national ID system onto Ethereum, which I find this very, very interesting. The South Asian nation of Bhutan, who they've been mining Bitcoin for years. Like, they're very good with crypto, Bhutan, and they're a very small country, which goes to show that even a small country can accumulate massive wealth by just being freaking smart, okay? But now they're migrating their self-sovereign ID system to ETH from Polygon, allowing its nearly 800,000 residents to verify their identities and access government services, which is very interesting because, again, if you're not familiar with Polygon, it is a layer 2 on ETH, and I'm personally a fan of Polygon. I do like Polygon. I think they've done a lot for this space, especially with NFTs and tokenization, so on and so forth. So I find it very, very interesting that they're going from Polygon now to OG ETH. Now, this integration has been completed while the migration of all resident credentials is expected to finish by the first quarter of 2026, according to ETH Foundation President Aya Miyaguchi, who joined the ETH co-founder Vitalik Buterin at the launch ceremony with Bhutan's prime minister and their crown prince. They said, Miyaguchi said, it's deeply inspiring to see a nation commit to empowering its citizens with self-sovereign identity, saying this milestone marks not only a national achievement, but a global step toward a more open and secure digital future for the long term. Now, what people need to know is what we should be using, and it should be zero knowledge proofs. If you guys haven't heard of ZK or whatever, zero knowledge proofs. And basically what zero knowledge proofs does is it an example that I was given, which clicked the most with I guess most people, is if you go to a bar, or you not that I do such things, but if you go to a bar, you go to the bouncer and he's like, yo, you got to be 21 to come in, and there's a QR code I can scan, or we get an actual physical license that they can scan, because when you go into something that's supposed to be 21 plus, they will scan your ID, except that your ID has your full name, your height, what your eye color is, who your mother's name is, your cousin's information, your bloodline on there, your address. Like, I don't think everyone needs to know that information. I don't. I feel a little uncomfy about it. I'm not gonna lie, especially if you're living in state, you're living local, then they know exactly where you're at. That's not cool. And so with zero knowledge proofs, we could have just a QR code on our phone, or some sort of way for people to scan it and identify and know, again, zero knowledge proofs that they can verify my identity without having to know my whole darn life story. Like when I got my hair done, when I washed my hair, we don't really need to know that. We don't need to know all that. So zero knowledge proofs are great. And so I was also talking with someone that went to a conference, I believe, what was the country? I think it was Lithuania, something with an L. I believe it was Lithuania. Lithuania's government almost had this event, and someone told me about it. And basically, there's a company there. They sent me the link to the company, and they're doing digital IDs as well, but decentralized digital IDs. I'm all for digital IDs if we are not having our rights invaded, okay, and violated. With zero knowledge proofs, that is possible. So I'm very bullish on zero knowledge proofs. I'm bullish on digital IDs only if they are self-sovereign. So that's the way it goes. That's the way I feel about it. We need something easy, and that's just kind of it. But yeah. We didn't have all these investment options 4 years ago. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. But I will say this right here and now, zero knowledge proofs will take over the world. And I'm so excited. Yeah, that's true too, Silver, with TSA and Clear and all that stuff. Even on my ID and all of Florida residents, you just get a real ID off the bat. So at least then, I don't have to go and bring my passport. I also don't understand why I can't add my passport to my phone. Why is it 2025 and I'm carrying around a whole booklet that determines my life? And then if I'm traveling and it gets lost or I get robbed, then I gotta wait at an embassy and then I'm stuck somewhere. That's kind of shady. I don't like that. That's a very old age system that we need to abolish. But I'm really not a fan of digital ID unless it's just something that's easy and not invading your rights as much. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And that's the way we're going anyway. Even if you look on your phone, in Apple settings, you can even find a place for you to add your driver's license and stuff. So they're already skewing that way. And we already have centralized IDs as it is. But I mean, I would still love to add my ID to my phone and not have to worry about carrying it around. Especially if you're going out and you put your purse down or something and someone steals your wallet or whatever. It's just too complicated, honestly. It's too complicated. This generation, we're too burnt for that. We don't remember where we freaking went yesterday. We're burnt out from 10-second TikToks. You think we're gonna carry our passport everywhere? I can't. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we got Wazir X, who had a major issue. This is more of an international issue, especially in Singapore with Wazir X. They have to restructure. They had a $230 million hack that shook the boots of everybody, rightfully so. But Singapore's High Court has approved their restructuring scheme, clearing the path for the reopening of Indian crypto exchange Wazir X less than a year after they were crippled by the largest hack on any crypto business in the country. The sanction order followed an August revote that saw 95.7% of creditors by number and 94.6% by value support the plan. Now, Wazir X founder says, as soon as the scheme is legally effective, we will restart platform operations within 10 business days. He said if all goes planned, Wazir X could return to operations before the end of October, making a rare court-supervised resurrection in the exchange world. And now people that were hacked are going to be able to reaccess the platform. They're going to have refunds go out. And so if you have been impacted by this, if you're in Singapore or you use this Indian exchange, keep calm, hodl on, don't worry. We will keep up with the latest news. But again, this goes back to the fundamentals of crypto, which is being your own bank, because why are we leaving our wealth on exchanges when we should have it in our wallets, babe? Okay, self-custody, be your own bank. Let's go back to the fundamentals, darn it. Okay? That's a good point, John White. Yeah, you could add your insurance card to your phone too. Yeah, that's yeah. Anyway, continuing, we have Societe Generale and Forge and Bitpanda. So again, we got international things in Europe going on, and they're going to expand their partnerships for more digital asset ventures and stable coins, of course, and DeFi. I don't really trust their version of DeFi, but we'll move on from that. We have Societe Generale Forge, SG Forge, and Austria-based crypto exchange Bitpanda are deepening their partnership to bring regulated stablecoins into DeFi. Bitpanda will now offer the banks and USDC or USD coin convertible, which is their stablecoin. So USDCV, not to be confused with Circle. Okay, two different things. USDCV directly to retail users across Europe through its platform and DeFi wallet. Now, this makes Bitpanda the first retail broker in Europe to enable customers to earn a yield on the coin-vertible stablecoins. Users will be able to lend and borrow against these assets within supported on-chain protocols like Morpho and Uniswap, which is wild that they're using Uniswap. I remember when Uniswap came out, everyone was like, oh my gosh, Uniswap's for criminals. Oh my gosh, you can't use a DeFi exchange. You can't use a DEX. It's so bad. And now you got the banks using Uniswap. Like, who would have freaking known? In 2020, when I was sitting here first creating missteencrypto, I'm looking at the Uniswaps and I'm seeing freaking pickle coin, donut coin. I'm seeing like freaking cream cheese, bagel token. It was like all the, like, we called them grocery store tokens because it was literally any type of food you could find in the grocery store was a token on Uniswap. All of them were popping off. People were like, oh my gosh, I gotta freaking get in the pickle token. And then now look at where we're at. We got banks using Uniswap. Like, that is mind-blowing to me. I'm sorry. Like, I've been here for too long, and the things I'm seeing is just almost stupid to a degree. It's actually ridiculous. But we love Uniswap. I think they really forged the way for a lot of people. And don't forget, I believe Gary Gensler actually issued a Wells notice to Uniswap. Wells notice. Was it a Wells notice for Uniswap? Okay, yeah. So two Wells notices against certain countries. Yeah. So this was it. April 2024, Gary Gensler sent a Wells notice saying that Uniswap Labs operated an unregistered securities exchange, engaged in unregistered clearing firm activity, and issued an unregistered security, because they do have the Uni token, right? So this was so wild because last year in April, we were like losing our minds. Oh my word, Gary Gensler is going to destroy Uniswap, and now we got banks using Uniswap. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, that actually just like blows my mind. But I just want to throw that out there. Just want to throw that out there for you. But we do have investment bank China Renaissance that's collaborating with YZ Labs, who's like intertwined with CZ. They're planning a $600 million BNB treasury. BNB is really going off right now. Like, it is ripping a storm. But take a gander at this. Hong Kong-listed investment bank China Renaissance is seeking to raise $600 million to introduce a public crypto treasury focused on BNB, the native token of BNB chain, again, used for discounts on Binance fees. Binance, again, if you guys are OGs, you would know, and if you're not an OG, well, don't worry, I'll tell you. Binance, when they first started and when they first got BNB into play, they were airdropping free BNB for like almost little to no reason. So a lot of people have stacks of BNB right now that they were just airdropped for free. And a lot of people are getting airdropped BNB right now, which I'll get into in a moment. Now, this project, if completed, would mark one of the largest single bets on BNB by a publicly listed entity, the largest BNB-focused treasury among publicly traded companies currently belongs to CEA Industries, which they raised their total token holdings to 480,000 BNB. And so YZ Labs has the $10 billion family office of Binance co-founder CZ. They plan to invest alongside the investment bank. And now BNB has more than doubled its price this year and recovered quite nicely again from this dip. And I'll pull up the BNB chart as we dive on into this next moment that we have up here. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Now, because of everything that's going on with Binance, now I need to know, do you guys like Binance? 1 or yes emoji, 2 or no emoji. I feel like people have mixed feelings on Binance. I've always liked Binance. I think that I gotta say, I think they've been attacked for no reason, Binance. And when it comes down to what happened this past week, I'm gonna say slightly confused by what happened. And so I want to know from your guys' perspective, would you use Binance? And because of all of this stuff, and Binance is not in the US right now, which is a good point. There's Binance US, which they're not like really operational right now. But Binance is more of an international thing right now. And we have a lot of international friends and family in this chat. Now, because of what happened and people weren't able to, I guess, log on to Binance while all the madness was going on, Binance did airdrop $45 million of BNB to people that were hit by this crash. Now, I do think this is them making amends. They launched a $45 million reload airdrop aimed at compensating users who've suffered losses trading meme coins during the crash. Now, the initiative will distribute BNB to more than 160,000 eligible addresses. Airdrops will begin this week and be completed by early November. And so, according to Binance's founder and former CEO CZ, rewards will be allocated randomly. Ecosystem partners such as 4Meme, PancakeSwap, Binance Wallet, and Trust will help distribute the funds to eligible traders. Keep in mind, Trust Wallet is from Binance to a degree. So it's under the same umbrella. And so this is the post. So they say that recent market conditions have created turbulence, and to recognize dedication, BNB chain, all with those companies are going to do that airdrop. And they say this initiative represents a collective effort across the BNB ecosystem to show support for our users and builders, especially the meme coin community. The meme coin community is one of the most active and creative communities in the ecosystem who have been affected the most by the recent events. And so I think this was a nice thing for them to do. You know, I gotta say. Shout out to Binance. They really do come through for people. Now, the crash on Binance, or not Binance, but BNB coin, was wild, bro. Look at this. Just like we started off that day at 1250, we came all the way back down almost to where we looked at our bear scenario where we want to hold support at 843. And so the support held here is fantastic. The fact that we came back down and it was bought back up like that is also very bullish for BNB. Shows a lot of buying power. Now, where you want to hold is obviously the close of that candle and the opening of the next one, which is around $1,100. But we're sitting at $1,194 BNB. We're down 7.78%. A red dot printed. Seems like everything again is pulling back today, but BNB being over $1,000 actually just makes me want to vomit because I've been here for too long and I didn't even pick up any. So I'm just gonna sit in the corner and cry now. That's freaking fine. Yeah, that was me. That was me. Free hoofty floof. Are you okay, my friend? Kraken does airdrops. We love Kraken. I love Kraken. Shout out to Kraken. Hello, Warpaint. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Pump it up. My friends, can you do your girl a solid, help me out just this much and smash the like? If you guys smash the like, I'll be really happy. We really want to get 100 likes. Gio, please watch your language, okay? Watch your language. Let's move on. We got Citibank, which we got to chat about real quick as well. We're already 30 minutes into the show. I talk way too much. Oh, okay. Let's talk more. We got Citibank. Woo! Not. They're working on a 2026 crypto custody launch. You know that the banks are gonna be holding crypto. The Genius Act, all these pieces of legislation, it's all in favor of the banks. We know that, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but we do want to propagate stable coins for the sake of the United States, because if the United States keep going in the direction that we're going in, de-dollarization is a major problem, and all these countries hate us. So we need to do something to maintain the dollar's dominance. Especially other people in other countries need stable coins. They need Bitcoin to maintain their value. It's the only way they really could. And so I don't like Citibank. I don't like the banks in general. I don't like the fact that they, behind the scenes, Citigroup and JP Morgan have been working on deposit tokens, which are glorified CBDCs for years. And they've been creating their own blockchains for years. Yet the SEC never came after them and said, hey, knock, knock, buds, what are you doing over here? All this money that's being moved, where is it coming from? Where is it going? And why are you able to do this without registering it first? And so I don't think that's fair, especially being that if you create something in crypto that's actually worthwhile and useful, typically you don't get the most welcomed approach from the government. Being that this administration is a little different, I still think they should be questioning the banks. They got to make it fair. I don't trust them whatsoever. And here's also something that I want to say real quick before I dive into this, is like, custody or not, be your own bank. But the fact that they get to go ahead and basically do whatever they want, like, that doesn't make me feel good. Like, why do they get to just disregard AML measures, create technology out of freaking nowhere that only benefits them? And also, if we're gonna try to ban CBDCs, like Trump wrote that executive order in January or something, no CBDCs, yet where is the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act? Why haven't we banned this on a level that no administration ever can create a central bank digital currency? Yet we're allowing the banks to essentially do the same thing, but behind closed doors. That's not fair, especially because all of these things are going to be private, but not private like Monero, private in the sense that it is closed, it is gated, and anyone that they don't like will be absolutely obliterated from the system. So if we're going to ban CBDCs in this country, well, we should really be looking at the banks and what they're doing. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Tell me, am I wrong? Like, I think there's a double standard there. Am I Delulu? Is my noodle freaking cooked? Let me know. Let me know. Ridiculous. Now, Citibank, let's go back to what they're doing. They plan to offer custody services in 2026, enabling the bank to hold native digital assets like Bitcoin and ETH on behalf of clients. Now, this marks another step by the Wall Street Bank into digital asset spaces. Now, here's the other thing. If they're going to custody your crypto, where are we going to have proof of reserves on the banks? Like Binance, Coinbase, everyone and their mother that has a crypto exchange, they got to show proof of reserves. So are we going to have a proof of reserves on the banks that are custodying my Bitcoin, my ETH? The answer is most likely going to be no, because they're shady. Okay? So I want proof of reserves on the banks. If they're going to crypto custody, darn, they better do it right. Or I'm going to be losing my absolute mind on this podcast in 2026. So we'll hold that thought until then. Now, we do have Biswarup Chatterjee, Citi's global head of partnerships and innovation for services, saying the solution has been in development for 2 to 3 years. Again, what also have they been doing for 2 to 3 years? Deposit tokens, glorified CBDCs. Saying we have various kinds of explorations. Yeah, CBDCs, buddy. We're hoping that in the next few quarters, we can come to market with a credible custody solution that can offer to our asset managers and other clients. Now, they want a regulated way to store their crypto. Like, a regulated way to store my crypto? Like, I'm not entitled with my basic human rights to life, liberty, and property, that if I want to self-custody my Bitcoin, I'm allowed to? Come on, Citi. Get freaking real. Now, if they really want to appeal to crypto users, they should say, come to the bank, purchase your crypto here. We got no fees. You can transfer to your own wallet or keep it in your bank account. But at least you could get the keys, right? Here's a copy of the keys. So that way, if you want to take those keys, put it in another wallet, and store this without the bank, you have an opportunity. That if the bank decides one day to shut its doors and not let you in, and your magical bank app doesn't work anymore, what do you got? You got your keys, so you could take that crypto, get it in a wallet, and move it to a different wallet, so you're actually holding that crypto. Did we freaking forget about 2023 when we had more than 5 bank failures? When people were waiting outside Silicon Valley Bank, wondering if they were gonna get their money. They're camping out there like it's freaking Black Friday at Best Buy, and they're trying to buy a flat screen TV in 2008. Like, did we forget about that? And now we're gonna custody with the banks? Are we freaking... I'm sorry, bro. Like, this is actually wild. Self-custody is a basic human right, not a regulated, like, not the banks being a regulated way for me to hold my crypto. That is absolutely blasphemy. That is blasphemy. They need to reword this whole thing. They need to reword it all. I'll tell you that right now. Citibank should be like, crypto bros, we love you. Come here. We got your city wallet. We got this and that. Come and hang out. No. They're acting a fool. They're acting a fool. They're acting like your darn grandpa. Come, honey, don't worry. Put your money in the bank and you'll earn interest. I don't freaking earn interest. My purchasing power goes down. Yeah, I'm going to exit from that real quick. Real quick. And not only that, they're talking about a third-party solution. So who's going to be this third-party solution? Aren't we sick and tired of the freaking third-party solutions? You know what? We're going back to the freaking abstract of the white paper. Where's the Bitcoin white paper? And we're actually going to be celebrating the birthday of the Bitcoin white paper on Halloween, honeys. But look at this, bitcoin.freaking.org. Click on it. I'm going to click on it with you. Let's zoom. Okay. Abstract, the first darn line of the white paper. Oh, jeez. I need patience. A purely peer-to-peer version of the electronic cash that would allow online payments to be directly sent from one party to another without going through a financial institutions. The main benefits are lost if a trusted third party, Satoshi tells you, third parties still required to prevent double spending. We don't want third parties. Okay? Satoshi tells you everything. Satoshi laid it out in the first few freaking words of the white paper. I'll stop there because I'm starting to get heated, like actually freaking heated. Mike said, darn, that was accurate. I got there early for a TV in 2008. See, I know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I know what's going on here. I'm not oblivious. I'm not oblivious to what the world is. I know about freaking Best Buy in 2008. Trust. Maybe I'm a little too spicy today, but honestly, I had a good amount of coffee this morning. I'm not gonna lie. Been drinking coffee since like 7:40 this morning. Smokey goes, I didn't even attend the first party. That's actually really funny. I'm gonna give that to you, bro. I love corny jokes, dude. We're also gonna talk ETH treasury companies. Let's get a little bit light and fluffy here. We got Tom Lee. I honestly love Tom Lee. I love his hair. I think he's killing the game. They bought the Ethereum dip, over 200,000 ETH. Mind you, they still at this point own at least 2% of Ethereum's existing supply. So this is ridiculous. Now, the largest ETH treasury company, Bitmine Tech, bought last week's dip in crypto prices, adding 202,037 tokens, about $828 million at current prices. Tom Lee said the crypto liquidation over the past few days created a price decline in ETH, which Bitmine took advantage of. Tom Lee's a darn savage. We love him. Now, how much do they hodl? Wow, just like, I can't even get it out of my mouth. I'm so excited. The purchase brought the firm's ETH holdings to over 3 million, over 2.5 5% of Ethereum supply, halfway to their goal of acquiring 5% of all ETH in circulation. What? Here's the thing, and I want y'all to record this. Screen record. Ready? Tom Lee and his move with BitMine, acquiring, if they get there, 5%, which they probably will, 5% of Ethereum supply. They already got 2.5%. With the amount of money that they're holding, who would think that, let's say, when everything really pops off, that the dollar amount that BitMine will hold will be more than MicroStrategy or Strategy? So I think that actually we're looking at Strategy as the king right now, the richest crypto company, the largest crypto treasury company. No. I think it could actually end up being BitMine and Tom Lee. I'll throw my hands up in the air to that. But that's what we might end up seeing down the line. And if that happens, don't be surprised because I told you. And so this is what we got going on as well. We have a spotlight, the light of all spots. And it's Elon Musk. Oh boy, things are getting real. Did I say real? Elon Musk, my boy, he knows the truth. He's known the truth for years. Bitcoin, Doge, we're going to the moon, baby. And there's been a time where Elon low-key had to pull back, especially because he was involved with Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. We didn't forget about Doge. We love you. Also, what did Elon find with Doge? Well, I'll tell you if you were watching the show at the time. And that is that they literally, within somewhere on Capitol Darn Hill, they have computers, magic internet money computers, where they take the computer, they say, X amount of money, and send it to God knows who and God knows where. So there's literally magic money computers, sending money, creating money, literally out of thin air. And this is why I talk about on this show, digital money printing, because they could tell you they're printing X amount of money. But how much is physically being printed and how much was digitally printed? We know between 2020 and 2021, at least 40 to 50% of our money supply was printed. Like, they added another 40 to 50%. Like, is that insane? Yes. And it just shows how fake money is. There's no, like, fiat currency, if people don't know this by now, it's designed to fail. And then when I was telling people that the dollar is declining, that banks are going to fail in 2020, I was called an anarchist, I was called an extremist, I was called like the worst of the worst. But you know what actually freaking happened 2023? 5 bank failures, last year bank failures, this year bank failures. And now we have Elon that literally told us this year that there's magic internet money computers. So the money that you deal with isn't real, which actually blows because we're all slaves to this currency that we have to pay our bills with it, but it actually has no intrinsic value. And people could say, oh, it's backed by the government, it's backed by this. It's backed by your darn imagination, bro. And Elon even knows that. He said, this is why Bitcoin is based on energy. You can issue fake fiat currency because he saw the computers. And every government in history has done so. But it's impossible to fake energy. Thank you, Elon. Freaking thank you. This is why I'm really inspired to write about the peaceful revolution. Because there is no weapon you need to pick up to defend Bitcoin like you do the dollar and other fiat currencies. They want you to be a slave to this. They want you to be controlled by it. That's the whole thing, is control. On the dollar, do I have a dollar on my desk? I don't have a darn dollar because I don't like fiat currency. But on the back, it tells you everything. It's not a real thing backed by any, the Federal Reserve, no. And the Federal Reserve is not federal. So what are we doing here? Why do we pay taxes and literally have a huge portion of my income taken when they can literally just keep printing money? Why doesn't Elon go on the magic Doge internet money computer and go and pay my taxes for me? Send them over. Send them over that internet money. That's fake. None of it is real. Wake up. None of it is real. Yet we're all stuck in it. And that's why we opt out. Because when you go on an exchange and you exchange your dollars for Satoshis or Litecoin or Ethereum or Dogecoin or Digibyte, I don't care what it is. But when you do that, you're saying peacefully, without violence, without even words, I am done. I'm done with corruption. Money funds corruption. Money funds corruption. Today is Charlie Kirk's birthday, y'all. Man was murdered a month ago. And why aren't people still talking about it? Because they have short attention spans. Is because of the money that funds these corrupt and disgusting news networks that don't care about humanity. Who's behind the networks? BlackRock, Vanguard, all these people? Because they're evil. And what funds their evilness? Money. Who funds all this propaganda? Money. Who funds the wars? Money that most likely comes from both sides. Who's funding the propaganda against Charlie Kirk, a man that was innocently murdered? This is why Bitcoin. Because you need sound money. What is money? For the love of the Lord, it is value and information. And we should be able to send and receive that information freely. Satoshi, another amazing person within the Genesis block of Bitcoin. What did they put in there? Satoshi put in a headline, Chancellor on the brink of second bailout for banks. This is why we're here. Because with Bitcoin, you can inscribe messages. That it doesn't matter if it's going from one person to another because the entire world can see it. Why? Bitcoin is a transparent and honest and truthful system. And people that don't like Bitcoin are people that are funded to corrupt the society, the world. You think Liz Warren wants Bitcoin? No, because we're going to see who funds her. The American Bankers Association. If we go look at Nancy Pelosi, who funds her? You look at all these presidents, all these people in Congress that make $200,000 a year that somehow are multi-millionaires, maybe even billionaires. Bitcoin will expose the corruption. It propagates free speech. It enables you to have inalienable human rights of life, liberty, and property. Wake up. Wake up. So thank you, Elon, because you cannot fake energy, but you can fake money. And these people are fake. They're not good people. They don't like you. They don't care about you. They care about themselves. They care about their own pockets. And the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's why you have to live your life with righteousness, with courage, and with integrity. All of it's a scam. It's all a scam. All a scam. Just ridiculous. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Still devastated by that. Think about it every day. Think about it every day. We're going to look at people asking me crazy questions. Let's get into coins to watch. I know I went off for a little bit. We're running short on time. Take a gander, my friends. We got the gainers and losers. Gainers today, we got MYX up about 14%, BitTensor up 6.2%. We got Memecore up 3.5%, Pax Gold, which I don't think counts, we'll skip it. Solana up 0.88%, and then we got Curve up 0.25%. Looking over here at the losers. Wait, Did I say gainers before? I hope I said gainers and not losers. The losers are here. Down 50% is synthetics. FET is down 11%. Mantle down 14%. Morpho down 8%. Story down 7.7%. BNB down 6.9%. Looking at Litecoin, who is the right coin? Everybody loves Litecoin. I do love Litecoin. Sincerely love Litecoin. It's $93. I wish I could buy a whole coin right now. I want to buy a whole Litecoin at this moment. I love Litecoin. $93. Freaking darn. I wish I could snatch like 10 of them right now. We are battling the 200-day SMA, currently rejecting it, but the wicks are showing us that $90 could be our support, 91, 92 bucks. We are down 6% today. Seems like the whole market, again, is taking that hit. Momentum is showing us. Everything is showing us. Even the RSI, taking a gander at that real quick. We had a dramatic pullback, again, kind of where we started. I would like to see us go all the way down to oversold. I'll keep saying it. Relieve the selling pressure. Move on. Ethereum. $3,963, down 6.6%. We want to hold 39.50. Bullishly is 4,200. Bearish is, I wouldn't even say the 200-day SMA right below 3,200 at 3,138. We have a red dot printing on an already bearish momentum. We also have the RSI, which is a little bit choppy right now. I would like to see it go lower. Clip, is this real? I'm real. Hello, welcome. Welcome, my splendid friends. I am real. I'm a person. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Tube and Jar's like, I bought my first Litecoin this morning. Oh, I love that. Congrats to you. Hopefully this price action could be chopped up into consolidation before higher moves. I mean, I would like to see a little bit of pullback. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Like, everyone just freaking wallow in their sadness, even though I'm not sad. It's a buying opportunity. And so I would think, let's send it. Let's send it down. Let's send it down, yo. I'm very bullish. I don't know if you guys really understand how bullish I am, but it's like on a different type of level right now. But yeah, we're getting after it. We're getting after it. And I want to say thank you for being here. Through the highs, the lows, and the in-betweens. Just know that you're appreciated. Just know that what you're doing is absolutely fantastic. Know that at the end of the day, we're really doing something to change the world. And that is my ultimate goal, is to change the world. So I just want to say thank you for supporting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stepping up to the plate when all of the people have, a lot of people have given up. A lot of people don't care about things until it affects them. We're not playing that game anymore, friends and family. We are not playing that game. Together as a community, we're okay to keep pushing forward. Break through barriers. Break generational wheels of we're relying on so many other people when we could really rely on ourselves and each other. We don't need a big brother to watch over us and tell us what to do. We are done with that. We are done. It's okay to think things on your own. You don't have to jump on the train of what everyone else is thinking. Don't believe the propaganda. Don't believe the 30-second clips that someone takes of someone else and says, this is what they say, this is how they feel, but they don't watch the 10 seconds after, okay? Like, be real. See through the propaganda. Do a darn Google search. Go on Grok. Go on ChatGPT. Do a little voice back and forth. Find out what's really going on. Do some investigation. Do some research before you go and assume things. Because when you assume things, you make an out of you and me. That's a phrase I was told when I was younger, and I kind of live by that at this point. And so, just be aware. Do good. Do good. Doge. Do only good every day. Get after it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So thank you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a splendid day. A lovely Tuesday. You know, oh wait. Oh shoot. Y'all, hold on. I got bagels.
Randi Hipper. I'm a Bitcoin bestie.
Just waking up from a nice dream.
Okay. Guys, we got bagels this morning. So last week they had the truffle butter, which, let me tell y'all real quick, I used the truffle butter last night and I cooked chicken in it and like, oh my gosh. So you guys have to follow me on Instagram because if you guys want to know what I cook like every day, you'll find out there because I post like everything I do. But I also made another new recipe last night. And let me tell you, it was bomb freaking tastic. Okay? Take a gander at this. So you could tell this chicken is seasoned. We got flavor. And then there's pasta cooking in there too. It was like an orzo. And it was like this creamy, lemony, like amazing dish. I don't even know what it's called. But look at this. Look at the color on that chicken. The pasta, it was creamy. It was cheesy. It was good. I just wanted to share that with you. I will be eating that for dinner for not just tonight, but the next night as well, because I'm bullish on freaking chicken and pasta. And this was probably one of the best dishes I've made in a really long time. Even though I'm kind of lying last week with that glazed spicy chicken, that was fire too. But your girl, I like to cook. Let me just tell you that. And I love cooking for people too. But I also love bagels, so don't come after me. Yeah, truffle butter is fire. I'll actually show it to you, Julie. Give me a second. So we got our scallion cream cheese today. Hold on. Let me go get that truffle butter. So last week, their specialty cream cheese of the week is this truffle butter. Honestly, it was worth it to buy the bagels just for the truffle butter alone. I barely even got into it. Like yesterday, I took a big scoop out to cook in. Dude, my kitchen smelled stupid good. And so when I went to church last night, I came back and my house still smelled like chicken. It was great. But you know the deal. We're ripping, we're dipping, and we got our scallion cream cheese. So thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Go hang out with Crypto Princess. I forgot to redirect Black Hat. Please throw her link in the chat if you could, pretty please. Jesse, I know, probably has it. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Happy Tuesday. Touch grass, touch water, do something nice for someone today, and eat a freaking bagel. Bye.